5 things you should never share after 60. Protect your peace, privacy, and dignity. The older I grow, the more I listen to people who don't talk much. Germaine G. Glean, hello, cherished friends. Welcome to Golden Years Wisdom Channel, where we honor the beauty of your journey. If this message speaks to your soul, please subscribe, tap that like button, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your stories inspire countless others walking this sacred path. Today, we explore something precious, the wisdom of knowing what to hold close to your heart. After decades of giving, sharing, and nurturing others, you've earned the right to protect your inner sanctuary. Let's discover together how silence becomes your greatest companion. The weight of financial transparency. When numbers become expectations, picture Margaret, a spirited woman of 78, who once believed honesty meant sharing everything. She told her children about her retirement savings, thinking it would ease their worries. Instead, something shifted, subtle at first, then unmistakable. Every purchase she made became a family discussion. Every gift she gave sparked questions. The financial freedom she'd worked 40 years to achieve suddenly felt like public property. Her daughter called constantly about better investment options. Her son questioned why she donated to the animal shelter. Margaret learned too late that transparency had stolen her autonomy, replacing peace with endless explanations nobody truly needed to hear. Guarding your financial garden, your harvest, your choices. Your wealth, whether abundant or modest, represents decades of sacrifice, early mornings, and dreams deferred for those you loved. This treasure doesn't require committee approval. You've already proven your wisdom through a lifetime of decisions. Now is your season to enjoy what you've cultivated without justification or guilt. Share your blessings when your heart moves you, but never from pressure or manipulation. Your generosity should flow from joy, not obligation. Let your financial matters remain private, a garden where only you decide what blooms and when. This isn't selfishness. It's honoring the journey that brought you here today. The burden of reopened wounds when pain becomes a prison. Robert, age 82, carried a heavy suitcase everywhere, invisible to others, but crushing to him. Inside were 30 years of disappointments. The grandson who never called, the daughter who chose career over visits, words spoken in anger that still echoed. He believed if he could just make them understand his hurt, healing would finally arrive. But each conversation that revisited old pain built walls instead of bridges. His family began avoiding him, dreading another journey into yesterday's sorrows. Robert's heart ached louder, yet connection grew quieter. He discovered that constantly reopening wounds prevents them from ever truly healing, keeping everyone trapped in a past nobody can change. Releasing yesterday's grip, the freedom of letting go, dear friend. You've weathered storms that would break younger souls. Those disappointments you carry, they happened, they hurt, and they mattered. But here's a truth that brings profound peace. Not every wound needs to be displayed. Some pains heal best in the quiet chambers of your own heart, processed through reflection, prayer, or simply time's gentle hand. When you release the need to be understood, something miraculous occurs. Relationships breathe again. Love finds space to exist without conditions. Your dignity rises above bitterness, and you discover that peace isn't found in making others acknowledge your suffering. It lives in choosing grace despite it. This is true strength, the kind that radiates wisdom. The inheritance conversation, when love becomes a ledger. Eleanor, a vibrant 90-year-old, made what she thought was a loving gesture. She gathered her 3 children and outlined exactly who would receive what after her passing. She wanted transparency, fairness, prevention of future conflicts. Instead, she watched her family transform before her eyes. Siblings who'd laughed together for decades suddenly grew distant. Her oldest son felt slighted by his younger sister's larger portion. Her daughter stopped calling as frequently, the warmth replaced by calculated courtesy. Eleanor's final years, which should have overflowed with connection, became shadowed by resentment she'd accidentally created. The numbers on paper had eclipsed the priceless memories they built together, turning love into a transaction she never intended. Wisdom in written words, the gift of mystery. Your legacy is more than assets divided. It's the laughter shared, lessons taught, and love freely given. When inheritance discussions enter relationships prematurely, they poison the present with future expectations. Suddenly, every interaction carries an unspoken calculation. Your children's visits feel conditional. Affection becomes performance. This isn't the twilight chapter you deserve. Keep your plans private, documented with legal precision, but sealed until the appropriate moment. Let your relationships flourish without the shadow of anticipated wealth hovering overhead. When your time comes, your carefully written intentions will speak with clarity that emotional conversations never could. Meanwhile, cherish connections for their genuine warmth, not what anyone expects to inherit. This preserves everyone's dignity. The vulnerability trap. When honesty diminishes presence. Henry, age 75, believed complete honesty meant sharing every fear. He told his family about his memory lapses, his worry about becoming irrelevant, his midnight anxieties about being forgotten. He thought transparency would bring them closer. Instead, something unexpected happened. Their perception of him fundamentally shifted. His children started speaking slower, making decisions without consulting him. The strong father who'd guided them through life's complexity became someone they managed rather than respected. His daughter began choosing his clothing. His son started handling his finances without asking. Henry's voice, once authoritative and valued, grew smaller in his own home. He'd traded dignity for pity, strength for sympathy, and discovered that constant vulnerability had accidentally erased the wisdom that defined him. Choosing strength over struggle, your power remains. Yes, life after 70 brings challenges, slower steps, quieter hearing, memories that sometimes play hide and seek. But here's what matters more. You've survived decades that tested every fiber of your being. You've buried loved ones, rebuilt after losses, adapted through countless changes. This isn't fragility. This is resilience forged through fire. Share your needs when necessary. Seek help without shame, but never let age define your entire identity. Your family should witness your continued strength more prominently than your struggles. You're not diminished. You're refined. Every wrinkle tells a story of survival. Every gray hair represents wisdom earned. Let them see the warrior who persevered, not just the elder who needs assistance. This balance honors both your humanity and your dignity, preserving the respect you've rightfully earned through a life fully lived. The sacred power of silence. Dear treasured friend, you've given the world so much: your youth, energy, wisdom, and unconditional love. You've raised families, built careers, contributed to communities, and touched countless lives. Now comes your season to receive what you've always deserved: tranquility. Silence isn't weakness. It's the crown you wear after decades of noise and demands. Protect your peace as fiercely as you once protected your children. Guard your privacy as carefully as you built your home. You don't owe explanations for your joy or justifications for your choices. After all these years, happiness flows from knowing what to share and what to keep sacred within your heart, held close where only you can touch it. To everyone in our Golden Years Wisdom family, share in the comments what you've learned to keep private for your peace. Your story might be exactly what another senior needs to hear today. Together, we're creating a community where wisdom, dignity, and peace are celebrated. Let's encourage one another, because at this beautiful stage of life, we're not fading. We're finally, truly becoming ourselves. In the end, only 3 things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. Buddha.